This game might be interesting. I might have gotten a tip that the Jaguars is going to run the fucking ball. You've been doubting my
Standing on
Vikings
something. I'm
all.
glad you know. I'm standing on something. The Vikings are gonna get their asses bounced out first round. The worst chance. What if Tyler Huntley goes out there and cooks, bro? Like does Lamar Price go down a little bit if Tyler Huntley goes out there cooks?
Oh my gosh! Like,
let him in, passing out the medicines. We've been on that rock star regimen, knowing that I'm heaven sent, higher than I ever been.
What's going on? Welcome to Totally Blitz Podcast. Today we're talking NFL playoffs. Yes, we made it all the way here. As always, before we start the show, go down, like, and subscribe. Drop your comment of your favorite bets of this weekend or your favorite take of the weekend. And these are your hosts. I'm Paul Pick 'em, win 'em, Concha. I got my Heineken again. Who's with me?
hey man, it's the motherfucking playoffs. It's your boy Lil KK, aka the Don PYE, aka the realest motherfucker on your screen. And Paul, man, it's looking like a revenge weekend. I ain't even noticed till you told me, man. Like everybody's, it's like a round two. You ever heard the song when he be like, "I got my gun, so please spin back, please spin back." Everybody's locked and loaded right now, and a lot of these teams ended on some really high notes. So you don't know what the fuck is going to happen this week.
Not for real. And like rematches, and even the last game, Bucks Cowboys is a rematch of the first game of last year. So it's first game of last year, and it's some team's last game of this year. So it's gonna be these are little fun matchups here. Does Brady still got it? Are the Cowboys cursed to go one and out as always? Are the Vikings defense gonna fucking hoe them? It's a lot of shit that we don't really know right now. One thing we do know, Tua's not gonna play.
Lamar's not going to play.
Lamar ain't gonna play. Yeah, they got a couple franchise guys that ain't playing this week.
Yeah, the guys whose contracts are coming up, like that aren't playing this week. That's how I look at it. Like, damn, I thought Lamar had the biggest finesse ever. Like, yo, I'm gonna let y'all see what this team looks like without me. And I thought I had no choice but to pay. And then he was gonna come in and play the playoff game, and then if he won this playoff game against the division rival Cincinnati Bengals, who've been on a tear, he buzzed their ass. Oh, I need 300 million, 90% guarantee.
No, and if he came in and bust their ass, he could also rewrite because his narrative is like he doesn't show up in the playoffs right now. This year, literally, he's not showing up in the playoffs. So
he said he has a grade 2, near grade 3 PCL strain. His knee still has inflammation. He would love to be out there with his team, but he's not at his 100% self. So he's going to be giving them everything he got through moral support.
Some moral support.
Shout out my dog Lamar. I can be a leader from the motherfucking leader with a boot on his leg.
No, I will say I appreciate that little tweet, like that transparency, because all the people coming out saying he's a slacker, he's not doing this, he's holding out for money. I liked him coming out and addressing it straight up, like not letting his agent do it. I mean, he is his agent, so I guess he did, but he didn't have a team of people trying to masquerade. He just straight up came out, tweeted to millions of people immediately. Millions of people knew the answer, but I mean, that just scared. I mean, we don't have to go too deep in it, but like I've been saying, he gets hurt, I can't give him guaranteed money. Now, like this is a playoff game, he's not going to be there, and like he has to be 100% for his guys. And I remember Aaron Rodgers said a couple weeks ago, like even at 70%, I'm better than the other quarterback. So even at 70%, I'm gonna be out there and play. So like I don't know, I wish he was out there, but I understand he has to be Lamar Jackson. He has to be 100% because he's a mobile quarterback. Without the mobility, he kind of drops off. But I mean, we'll see how this contract negotiations go. We never know.
That was the realest shit I ever heard. This man Aaron Rodgers said, if I'm at 70%, I'm still better than the next guy, so I'm gonna be out there. That's an old school, I'm gonna fuck you up football
mentality. I thought Lamar was gonna do the same thing, especially like playoffs mode. Like I can understand you're not playing the regular season, but like even at 80%, he's better than Tyler Huntley. So I wish he was out here.
Oh yeah, well, we'll see. Oh man, if they win this game without him, that'd be crazy. And he come back, that'd be crazy. But we'll see.
All right. Well, we got a doubleheader on Saturday of playoff football. I love Saturday football, especially playoff football. First
Football
game,
side.
divisional games. Kickoff is at 4:30 Eastern time. The San Francisco 49ers hosting the Seahawks. Seattle is a 10-point underdog on the road. Over-under is at 42. Kev, how do you see this? I mean, they're very familiar. They see each other twice a year, every year.
I think that's crazy. And I always think it's crazy to see teams play for 3 times in a year. Like the Saints and the Bucks, they stay seeing each other. Motherfucking yeah, like seeing teams play against 3 times in a year is crazy. But that's what the fuck is going on. So I look at this game as if this was the Seahawks from the mid-season Seahawks, I would look like, yo, Paul, like, hey, Brock Purdy, you're gonna have to put up some numbers. You're gonna have to put up some points on the board. But this is not that same Seahawks team. I feel like the Seahawks team, they got the win last week against not the Jets.
The Rams, when they went to overtime.
Yeah, against the Rams, it was a very shoddy game, and the Seahawks and Geno hasn't looked amazing. He's looked better than expected, but he hasn't looked great. He hasn't looked like a boss dog type of quarterback. So I think that's where this game is like, oh dang, that was the glimmer of hope. And unless Geno could come out here and really sling that motherfucker, this defense led by Nick Bosa, they not for it.
My big thing with the Seahawks is I feel like they look really good early, like you said, and they dropped off towards the second half of the season, and especially drop off when they can't get the run game going. Like Geno looks best whenever he can work off the run game, but when it's just Geno and all Geno, that's when he's having those 220-yard performances, 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown type day. And 49ers, second best team against the run, allowing 77 yards per game. Like they don't allow you to run shit against them. They've been red hot, winning like 8 in a row or some shit. They're 8-1 at home.
I think the Bengals are 8. I think they might be a 10.
10?
The last loss might have been against us, and that was probably like weeks.
Yeah.
That was a while ago.
Mariota was still starting. Yeah, so like, and they're 8-1 at home. Like they show up at home. The San Francisco crowd's gonna be rocking. This is just like, I just don't see. It's 10 points for a reason. And to top it all off, like 7 seeds are 0-4 straight up against the number 2 seeds in this short time that there has been 7 seeds in the NFL playoffs. So everything leaning towards the 49ers taking care of business.
The 7 seed is an interesting thing when you say that, because like the 7 seed is a very good regular season thing. Like it makes the end of the regular season worth a little bit more. And like you've seen, like 2 years in a row, we've had the Sunday night game be the 7 seed running, and this teams playing for the 7 seed. That was already set up on a schedule like that, so that was fine. But
I don't remember who 7 seed was last year for NFC, but remember the Patriots were for AFC, and I remember them getting fucking blown out by the Bills.
Oh, it wasn't the Chargers and Raiders. The Steelers weren't the 7 seed.
No, but Chargers and Raiders. Where the Steelers? Because who did this? No, because the Steelers didn't make the playoffs last year, did they?
They did. Remember, Mike Tomlin did win.
Oh, they did Mike Tomlin. And who did they play the first week? Do you remember?
The Bengals. They almost beat them.
Then maybe you're right. Then you're probably right. Then I thought the Patriots were the last team in, but you're probably right because the Patriots did have a really hot season last year.
But that goes with my take. What you were saying about the Patriots, like it's but for the playoffs, like the 0-4, like, and they're probably gonna go 0-6 this week. Like they might go.
Shut your mouth. They're not going 0-6. Someone in the 7th seed putting on work this week.
Oh, my bad. I forget there's a whole AFC. I'm an NFC guy. I'm an NFC guy.
No problem. Understandable. But yeah, but I will say, if Pete Carroll gives a fucking speech that gets these boys fired up, and Geno comes out cooking, and like, because everyone's riding him, like this is a perfect backs against the wall, no one thinks you're gonna win type of game. And Pete Carroll is the master of motivation, and that's the best type of speech to give.
I think it's gonna be a second half conversation because one thing about this 49ers teams, besides for their game against the Raiders, was it that they really don't give up no games in the fourth quarter, points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and they were on a 6-week streak of doing it, and then like the Dolphins broke that streak, but like even then they smashed us. But then like other than us, like no, and the Raiders they were just smashing teams second half.
I want to say the Raiders scored and they didn't have their quarterback, and that was because that game was close. They put up like 30. They didn't have. Yeah, they just benched Derek.
Yes, Stidham had went ham, and that's why we were like we rocked with Stidham in the second going up against the Chiefs. Like, oh, he could do and then he didn't do shit.
There's film out. But on to the next game, man. What we talking?
Next game, close. It's a pick 'em. You got the Chargers rolling into Jacksonville to take on the Duval Jaguars, where the Jaguars are underdog at home, 1.5-point underdog. 47.5 is the over/under. And Kev, I'm gonna let you lead it off because you're the man with sources.
Watching over my shoulder, you feel me? So let's start off with the overview of this game. So this is a rematch. How did the game go again the first time, Paul?
Oh, the Jaguars just went to Chargers land and beat dog shit out of them. James Robinson had like 100 and something yards. ETN had like a 7. Like it was a whole. They put up like 200 and something yards on the ground. Herbert. I will say Herbert threw a couple interceptions, but this was, if I'm not wrong, the week or the second week after his rib injury, so he still wasn't 100% Herbert.
Okay, so usually I would go Chargers. Like Jay Herbo, I'm taking his whole cast is back besides Mike Williams. Like
Austin Bosa's back. I think JC Jackson.
Austin Eckler looked awesome this motherfucking this season. So everything screams take this Chargers team. But somebody might have put something in my ear that makes me think, this game might be interesting. I might have gotten a tip that the Jaguars is finna run the fucking ball. Like, they finna go hit the races. But they don't have that James Robinson anymore. So, like, is it the same? Is it gonna hit the same? Can the same game plan work, especially with this Jaguars team that's bought into everything Doug Peterson is preaching to them right now?
Hey, and ETN, it's all how you view ETN. If you think he's a dominant and legitimate running back, because I would say the Jaguars are almost similar to Seahawks. When do they look the best? Yeah, there are some games where Trevor Lawrence just goes for 300 and the run game didn't do jack shit. But for most of the games when they win, it's ETN eating, Trevor Lawrence eating, defense playing good. Like they play on all good on all 3 levels. So I think for their success to win is they're going to run the ball according to sources. And as long as ETN can actually find holes or even create holes himself, they might. Doug Peterson, like also is like talent wise, Chargers probably better, but coaching wise, I'm taking Doug Peterson over Staley any day of the week.
And it's both Brandon Staley's first playoff game, both quarterbacks' first playoff games, probably both teams' first playoff games in a while.
Yeah, since the Phillip Rivers days, probably for Chargers, and the Jaguars have been back since the Blake Bortles, Jalen Ramsey team.
That was without one time. Before that, I think it was like 1999 or some crazy shit like that.
Yeah, so they're not used to, I would say their teams are not used to this, but who is used to this? Doug Peterson. Doug Peterson went on a fucking run with Nick Foles running the helm, bro. The backup to Carson at the time. So he got the golden boy himself, Trevor Lawrence. I took the Jaguars in the preseason takes. This is the perfect. Like out of all the teams they could have been matched up with, this is the perfect team I think to beat. You have a beatable run defense. I know Joey Bosa's back, but this is his first game back in how long? Like how good is he really right now for the first game back? I don't know. So give me the Jaguars at home. People don't think they'll have a home crowd advantage, but this is a different. I'm telling you.
The games are sold that I would have not the opportunity because I wasn't gonna pay. But motherfucking the game is sold out. Like they said, you couldn't find tickets. 3 people dropped their tickets, so there's like 2 tickets. You can get 3 tickets at a super crazy deal, and the crazy deal is like $230.
Yeah, like the game I saw when they took on the Titans last week, I'm telling you, it was a different home crowd advantage, and I'm leaning into that. Chargers usually do better on the road because they don't have a home crowd team. They don't have any home crowd, so they might be used to it. But I just like Doug P as an underdog here. I'm not. There's not a lot of dogs to really pick from. I really don't think so. Give me the Duval Jaguars.
I was say, yeah, I was definitely gonna dog this one. I was definitely dogging this game.
Oh shit! So me and you agreeing. So that's the Saturday games. Let's jump into the Sunday games. It's kicking us off at 1 p.m. The Buffalo Bills laying 13 and a half points against the Miami Dolphins with no Tua, no Teddy, Skylar Thompson running the helm, Mike McDaniel's first year head coach. We're a rookie quarterback, a beat up secondary, a beat up O line. We're looking rough out there, Kev, but we're fucking here. We're probably the ugliest person at the dance right now, but we're at least at the dance.
No, I see, like, right. I look at you guys more like you guys were the cute new girl, right? Cute new girl. Everybody wanted
Early.
Early, but then you ran into this. You got caught up. You got caught up with a nigga. Y'all boys started skipping class together, and for 5 weeks in a row, he had you on lock. He had y'all on the lock.
We wasn't doing shit.
But y'all done cut ties with bro. Y'all don't fuck with the man. Y'all don't fuck with that. Y'all don't fuck with that nigga no more. So now you guys are just the cute new girl who's but not everybody's kind of like, oh, no, I remember when she was messing with blah, blah, blah. Like, you feel me? But the Bills is the bad bitch. The Bills is the one we was talking about some game. I can't wait till Buffalo comes on the first day of school. I wonder what she got going on.
She's the fucking homecoming queen right now.
Yeah, I think the Chiefs might be the old homecoming queen, and they're like the new bad the bad bitch.
2.0.
Yeah, she wasn't pretty like that 2 years ago, but now she kind of like, oh, okay, I'm fine. Fuck y'all. Like she finally got into the bitch. So like, I'm not gonna lie to you, Paul. If one thing ASAP Rocky taught me is, I love bad bitches. That's my fucking problem.
Yeah, I can't even fault you for taking they're the team of fucking destiny right now. They took 2 special team touchdowns back, bro. Like God was in that building. DeMar Hamlin was in that building. They're the team of the public, but 13 and a half points is a lot of points in the playoffs divisional game. We got Tyreek Hill. He was hooping, bro. He was hooping. He was looking healthy. He was hooping on the courts. So Jalen Waddle's gonna be there. He got the weapons and back against the wall. No one believes in us. Skylar Thompson was drafted for a fucking reason, and we're gonna go out there and may the best man win. Like I really think there is a world and a possibility where Skylar Thompson throws for 300 yards this week, and that's what we're gonna need out of him.
I think you guys accomplished your goal for the season. You made the playoffs.
Nah, bro, we spent too much money on people, and even our owner, when he cut that check for Tyreek, he said like, all right, no more time for mediocrity. I expect results soon. Or some shit. He had some shit like that where he just said, I expect results soon.
I think you guys could have finished with this record and everybody would have been like, oh, okay, the Dolphins made it into the playoffs. Good for them. But it's because y'all started off so strong, because y'all beat the Ravens, because y'all beat the Bills, and then y'all lost 5 in a row. So it's like, fuck. They gonna talk about y'all because we know you're good now.
And then Tua came back, and then we won 3 in a row. So then it was like, oh, okay, like they back again. And then all of a sudden we go on and lose another 5, like 5 in a row again, type shit. Like it was just like, damn.
Yeah, so it's like I think it was 3. I think y'all won 2. Y'all won 3, lost 3. No, y'all won 5. Dang, I can't remember what. I think seeing the stat, it was like.
I think it was 1-3, then we lost 3, and then we won 5 when Tua came back, and then we went on to the 5 loss losing streak before beating the Jets.
Yeah, y'all boys is interesting, but I don't know, man. It's not gonna be a terrible game. But like that Bills team is coming to fuck y'all up. This defense is all the way live and nobody's talking about it. They got 3 interceptions last week against McCorkle, which I don't think is too crazy. But Tre'Davious White is all the way back. Like nobody's talking about this. Like Damar Hamlin might be back next week. The way he's talking, like, yo, I'm trying to play.
Not for real. I mean, Raheem Morstart probably not even gonna play, so it's gonna be Jeff Wilson, who I think can hold it down. We traded for him. He's been a great trade pickup, and we'll see. I'll see everybody at 3:00 on Sunday.
That boy Paul sound like Paul. You sound like Paul. You sound like somebody right before they're finna go turn themselves in. Hey, all right, y'all. I'll catch your voice tomorrow. All right, check out.
3 p.m. Don't be late.
You telling the homie like, all right, man, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Yeah, it's a kid's birthday. I'll be there. You know you turn yourself in.
We are trotting out Jason Sanders for a 42-yard field goal to win the game. Just know I was there. Just know I called that play. I called it in.
Hey, man, I'd love to see it. I wouldn't be mad about being wrong about this one.
Next game, Vikings at home, 3-point favorite against the Giants. Vikings are 8-1 at home. When they're in the rocket ship, or the spaceship, they be showing up. They be balling. Brian DeBall, first-year head coach, and O'Connell's a first-year head coach for the Vikings. So, like, 2 first-year head coaches going at it. How do you see this one playing out, Kev?
I was gonna let you start because you've been down in my
standing on something. I'm glad you know. I'm standing on something. The Vikings are gonna get their asses bounced out first round. The worst defense in the NFL. I don't even care if it was Giants. Even though I don't believe in the Giants, but Saquon, Daniel Jones, they're gonna be in here. They're gonna be cooking. They're gonna be fucked. They're gonna sneak in some fans in the spaceship, bro. They're gonna have home field advantage, bro. The Giants fans, you know how lit they are. Their team made it, bro. You know how lit they is. They're not gonna let Minnesota outsell them in Minnesota. Fuck them.
This man it was the amount of respect you put on the Vikings, on the Giants. I didn't appreciate that. Like it would have one thing to be like, you know what, Vikings.
Did I put respect on the Vikings? I'm sorry. I wish I would put a little bit less.
No, I didn't respect that you put on the Giants. It was a typo. But motherfucking the fact that you like are confident, like respectfully scream like, yo, Giants, they gonna figure something out. I mean, I think Dave Ball has a very, very legitimate case for coach of the year, definitely. Bringing this team who we thought we were nothing, this Joe Judge ran team, and you really picked up expensive ass players that didn't do shit. So like it's not like this team got any better over the offseason. So the fact that he brought this team to the playoffs and to be that team that started off so hot, I respect this team. But boy, my Vikings, man, you talking about the Bills, the team of destiny. The Vikings be doing their thing, boy. They're gonna figure out a way to win every motherfucking week. I don't care if this offense gives up 400 yards, if this defense gives up 400 yards. I don't care. If Kirk Cousins starts the game off slow because it's prime. It's not even prime time. Yeah, my Vikings gonna figure something out. Sedarius Smith playoffs. It's been a minute. Yeah, them boys gonna figure something out.
Yes, yeah, I just love the Vikings. Not the Giants. Daniel Jones. Any quarterback looks good against. Like the only thing where you're like, oh well, they just don't have any weapons. I would not be shocked after Kenny Galladay catches that touchdown last week. He carries over that momentum. He gets the monkey off his back, and we see it on like he just goes off for like 4 or 5 catches, 120 yards, a deep shot over the top for a touchdown type shit, and like the Vikings will let that happen, like because that's just how their game plan all year. They just don't play. They do not play the over top shots. And then Saquon, he rested, fresh legs. I like it. I like it here.
Oh, this is a game. I wasn't looking forward to this game, but now I am. Now we gonna see how the fuck this shit goes down.
All right, next game. Actually, before we move on, I forgot to hit on some props I had for the previous games. Stephon Diggs over 6.5 receptions. You can get that at plus 100 odds. This is playoff mode. Your stars are gonna do the most. I think Diggs. I'm not gonna lie. Miami secondary has been getting cooked. So Diggs 6.5. I think he gets 7 or more catches here. CMC over 73.5 rushing yards for Seahawks, again, second worst run defense in NFL. CMC over 73.5 seems like a lock. Then Trevor Lawrence over 13.5 rushing yards and ETN over 16.5 carries. According to sources, they're going to be running the damn ball. So just lock those in. And then my last prop was Daniel Jones over 240 passing yards. Vikings are just going to let it happen.
Mm-hmm. I low-key respect all those, especially that Daniel Jones.
On to the Sunday night football game. Bengals hosting the Ravens. Bengals are 9.5-point favorites at home. Over-unders at 40.5. Like we already hit on it earlier. No Lamar Jackson. So Tyler Huntley, it's believed that he didn't play last week because they didn't think Lamar would play this week. So they rested him to be able to be 100% this week. Makes kind of good sense. So Tyler Huntley will be getting the start. But how can you go against this red-hot Joe Burrow and Bengals team?
That's real. That's so motherfucking real. You got to be bold to think like, yo, my team, what are they? Because they're at 8 games in a row. And the only game that they that you can argue that they didn't have a chance to finish. So like,
and they was winning at the time, low key.
So yeah, that shit comes down to motherfucking. Does John Harbaugh have a trick deep in his sleeve that don't nobody's? You're like, yeah, I've been saving this for the playoffs. I already knew it was gonna go down. Me personally, I don't think so. I think the Bengals are finna go in there and they finna show that, yo, this is the same team that we went to the Super Bowl last year, and we gonna have that same energy we brought last year, mother truckers.
What if Tyler Huntley goes out there and cooks, bro? Like, does Lamar Price go down a little bit if Tyler Huntley goes out there cooks?
Oh my gosh! Like that's what they. I'm afraid. I really feel like that's what they've been waiting for. They're like, please do something. Please do something amazing.
So, start cooking.
After they get bounced, right? If they get bounced, so after Sunday, they're gonna have to sit down and evaluate. Not only do we have to pay this man, now we got to get him weapons too.
See, that's what makes it so hard, I think, because how much money he wants all guaranteed is going to be kind of hard to immediately go out there and get them wide receiver one, especially since they just gave Roquan Smith $100 million. The Ravens, they're just a franchise that invests heavily into defense.
No, because they gave Joe Flacco a bag.
No, they did get Joe. Hey, but he won a ring.
Yeah. But that was
his AFC playoff performance to get that ring was mighty impressive.
It was impressive. And he did have that throw over the top to.
He had to beat some hitters. He had to beat Tom Brady Patriots. He had to beat Peyton Manning Broncos.
And then he had to go against the 49ers back with the read option with Eaton.
Yeah, what a great defense.
And Colin Kaepernick.
And the lights went out. All right, my boy, he deserved every penny of that motherfucker.
Yeah, that shit was funny. Yeah, he did earn that. So
but, yeah, we'll see. But hey, again, like the Bengals, we should see it. But like, if Harbaugh goes out there and they cook up something, that would be the craziest, I think, upset of the week.
Facts.
Then our next game, Monday Night Football, our final game, the Buccaneers at home, Tampa Bay, hosting the Dallas Cowboys, where the Cowboys are 2.5-point favorites on the road. My dad was actually going to go to this game. He gonna go? I gotta ask him again because he said, "Hey, I might be there for the weekend." I was like, "Really? Why?" He was like, "I might go there for the Cowboys game." I was like, "Oh, lit, that's fun." So I'll double back. I'll let y'all know. But if he's in stadium, the Cowboys probably are gonna win.
He's a good luck charm like that.
I don't know, but he swear he is.
Never seen that. I say the same thing about
the last game he was at was the Texans game, and that shit was mighty close.
I mean, Dak looked terrible last week, and he didn't look too better the week before. And like you said, the Texans game, he looked terrible until the last drive. So, like, what Dak is coming to this game?
Is it the $40 million Dak?
The $40 million Dak is trash.
Yeah, no, for real. We needed Dak from the rookie year, Dak, when he all went like 16-0 or no, 15-1 or some shit.
I need 100. They did go 15-1, got bounced out in the first round.
It's a curse with them. Like they can make the playoffs, but they always get bounced out early. The Cardinals did them in last year. The Cardinals. Are the Buccaneers going to be the same team? Because even when the Cardinals win, we had questions about them, and the Buccaneers are the same boat. Like they can't wait till the fourth quarter to start scoring. Their defense isn't as elite as before, but it's like whose baggage is worse? Is it the Bucks who have been mediocre all season and literally are going in with a negative record, 8-9, against the 12-5 Cowboys who just sometimes don't show up?
And Tom Brady's been bounced out of the first round before. Don't forget what Ryan Tannehill did to him.
The big Titans.
And don't forget what Taylor Heineke almost did to him.
People don't. That's what like that was their closest game all year in that playoff. So that people be hating.
I look at it like this: this Bucks team is not in the playoffs if the Panthers have JC Horn. These are facts. There's no way they're giving up 3 go routes to Mike Evans. And there's no way, I think Trayvon Diggs can get caught a couple of times, but there's no way that the fucking Dan Quinn secondary is giving up 3 go routes. No way. And then next, I don't see, and then Chris Godwin has had a fumbling issue. He has been producing, and he has been showing that he's the best receiver on that team, but he does have a fumble issue. And then Julio is only good for like a strong ass catch. Like you don't.
I be forgetting Julio's even on the team, bro.
Dead ass. I mean, the O-line I feel like hasn't been letting Tom Brady get fucked up. And
that was the point I was gonna bring up. Their O-line had just been getting healthier. Ryan Jensen came back like a week ago, so this like that All-Pro center finally back at the helm. So like Micah Parsons and then went ghost last week.
I think they had a bad game, but you still have to deal with Michael Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence all motherfucking games. So like, I gotta take them boys, and I don't trust them. I don't, but I'm gonna take them boys. Especially, let me know if your dad's there. If your dad's there for sure, that's solidified. I got them boys. If your dad's there, if your dad goes to that game, they my lock.
See, I'm gonna go with the Cowboys too. This is the scariest game I think I'm picking, and that's including the Jaguars Chiefs game. I feel more confident on the Jags than I do on the boys, just because that sometimes, like, remember the Bills? They lost 3 Super Bowls in a row. Like, even when they lost 2 in a row, people were like, "Yeah, they're just not destined to win one," and they never did. So it's like people have given that curse to the Cowboys, like, "Oh, another year of going 12-5 or 12-4 back in the day, and just to get bounced down in the first round by some mediocre team."
That's crazy. They gonna make it to the state. They got you. They ain't got no choice.
Time to get the I'm hoping time to get the monkey off the back for the Cowboys. So the final picks for the 6 games is us 49ers, Jags. Then we're split. I got Dolphins, you got Bills. Split again. I got Giants, you got Ravens. And then Bengals.
I got Vikings.
I mean, yeah, my bad. Vikings. And then Bengals, we both agree on that game, and then Cowboys. If you're to think about one lock, I guess it's only 6 games, one lock.
Yeah, I would do one lock. Wait, we can't pick on the Bills. We can't pick.
Yeah, we can't pick the Bills. We can't pick the 49ers, but everyone else, and we can't pick the Bengals. So it's for you. It's really just the Vikings and Bucks or Jags.
The Vikings, Cowboys. Oh yeah, if your dad's there.
I mean, Cowboys, Vikings, and
If your dad goes to the game, the Cowboys are my lock. But I'm gonna take the Vikings in my lock. Fuck all that. Let me stop playing. And then my dog gotta take my Jaggies, man.
Oh no, no, they are dogs. All right, Jaggies. I guess for my lock, I'm gonna have to just lock up. I'm gonna ride good faith here. The Cowboys, just in good faith. I just don't trust. I've been shitting on this Bucks team all season, so no reason to pick him in the playoffs.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they lost, but the Cowboys do be fucking up, and Tom Brady's gonna run out of no huddle for 10 minutes in the fourth quarter, maybe 12.
And then my dog, I'm gonna have to go to the Giants. Fuck the Vikings defense is just gonna sell them this in the playoffs. I can see it now. The ball being fucking carted off like John Madden, big ass, and Gatorade on them. Type shit. And then it's gonna be like Cowboys versus Giants next week.
That'd be funny as fuck. But they already threw the Gatorade on the ball. We fade the Gatorade, Paul.
The ball, big ass, can take 2 Gatorade showers.
Fade the Gatorade.
We do fade the Gatorade on the show, but the Giants, I can't pick this team. They're not destined to win it. But and then to close out, we gave out the locks and dog. I do have a teaser. I'm not my teaser would be 3-team teaser. Giants +9. Even if they don't win, Vikings do not win by big margins usually. So they keep it within 9. Bengals -3.5. Tyler Huntley's not gonna do it. Like, let's be real with it. Bengals by 3.5. When they win big. And then 49ers -4. They're gonna take care of the Seahawks. 4 points. Brock Purdy's been hot. Defense is hot. The whole team's hot. So those are my 3-team teaser. Put that together, get +150 odds. 20 to win, like 35.
Nice. But man, what game are you looking forward to the most though?
The big upset of the week when Dolphins beat the Bills.
You didn't even say that with a smile on your face.
But that's how locked in I am. Like Kobe said, the game not over. Like,
game not over?
Did we win yet?
Yeah, it's not over. Okay, I respect it. I think I'm torn, man. I kind of want to see I want to see this Jaguars Chargers game because I think it's gonna be lit and I think it's gonna be in the 30s. Like, I would have took the over on that game. And just because I wasn't looking forward to this game, but just because you just said the Giants are gonna beat the Vikings, like I'm gonna just both of those games are gonna be phone calls. You get a phone call afterwards, like, bro, they did it, and like it's gonna be like, this nigga, I told you.
And the good thing about that is one game's on Saturday and one game's on Sunday.
Are we going back to betting shots? Do we have to bet a shot on the Vikings and Giants game?
I would bet a shot. That is a shot-worthy game. It's close enough, I think. Yeah. Big dog, the ball.
We gonna bet a shot, but his name is gonna be the Bald after this week.
We'll see. But hey, I'm telling you, when the Vikings let up 31 points, and we're sitting here like, damn, they really was just a fluke. And Kirk Cousins threw like 2 interceptions. This is not a 1:00 game. This is a 4:30 game. That's halfway to prime. And all playoff games.
Prime time.
It's prime time, bro.
I'm upset.
Think that's what it is.
Right. I'm coming with 100 chains on. So I see. So
if I see a video like that, I'll be so sad. I know it's coming if they win.
Oh my god!
They might have the whole team. Or fucking McConnell might have the chains on this week.
Oh my gosh, please! But they usually do that on the plane, and I feel like they're not gonna do it at home.
We'll see. I know the fans are gonna be rocking it.
There you go. It'd be the little white kids walking around with no shirt on in the cold with a million chains and some glasses. They be killing me every time I see it.
Just doing this. That's shit, bro.
Nah, that's real, man. But this is NFL playoff week 1. It's crazy how fast it can go. Bro, we're already on the fucking 12th day of the fucking year, motherfucking. And it feels like New Year's. Yeah, I feel like New Year's was the other day. I didn't hit me. I was like, bro, I got to pay my phone bill again. Bro, I just paid that shit, like, type shit. So, man, we appreciate everybody that tuned in all season, man. We only going to keep giving you more and more, man. Paul, you got anything else for him?
No, I'll see y'all at 3 o'clock on Sunday.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna call you, bro. It's all right. It's all right, man.
We locked in. We locked in on this side, bro. I'm telling you. Laser focus.
Hey, did you check the temperature?
It don't matter what it is. We're hot. All right. I don't care if it's fucking 10 degrees over there, bro. We're gonna be like the Seahawks, no shirt on.
I wish you would called it. Hey, man, there it goes. Hey, we rooting for y'all boys, man. But hey, man, this has been another episode of Totally Biz Podcast. I'm in this bitch, Kev, Waterboy. My Falcons are at home, Savoy, and I'm in this bitch with Paul. We locked in at 3. The Dolphins gonna do the deed. And this has been another episode of the Totally Blitz Podcast. But if you didn't know, we don't mind telling you again that it's playoffs, you bitches.
I got a problem with being problematic. Keep the light beam on me ready for electrostatic. Don't you step into this box if you're not batting. Then my gang got tools, you could call them boy crap. Man, this gang got rules, man, you better watch your passes. This ain't not new. And then see some accent, all I say is true.